Now in this video we're going to be looking at dividing algebraic terms, and we looked at this very briefly at the start of the algebra section. So I want to talk a little bit about the ambiguities and notation that come with it. So let's start off with that. So let's say we had something like just 2x, and we're going to divide that by 3y. Okay? Now, just writing that can be a little bit ambiguous, because does this mean 2 times x then divided by 3 and then multiplied by y? Because if it does, then that means something different to 2x divided by 3y in brackets. Okay, so when we write this, really we should write it in brackets, otherwise this is ambiguous. And the reason why this is ambiguous is because if I've got multiplications and divisions like this, then I should work from left to right. The first thing I should do is multiply the 2 and the x together. So this will be 2x. Then I've got the division of 3, then I've got the multiplication of y. Then I've got, so working from left to right, 2x divided by 3. So 2x over 3, and then I've got the times by y. Then 2x over 3 times by y is 2xy over 3. But that's not quite what I wanted, because if I want 2x and then I'm dividing it by 3y, then that is what I want. 2x divided by 3y, written as a fraction like that. So that's why this bit really needs to be in a bracket. The 2x doesn't need to be, because 2 times x at the start still gives me the 2x. But if I had this in a bracket, then that forces me to divide by 3y at this stage. Okay, can you see how that works? That forces me to divide by all of the 3y. So notationally, you'll probably see something like this, rather than just that, which I anticipate that if someone wrote that down, they would mean it to be this, but it really should have that 3y in a bracket. Now, the problem with the notation side and the ambiguity of it, that's one of the reasons to why the division symbol isn't particularly useful. And writing things as a fraction like this is much, much better. Okay? Because that is not ambiguous. That's why we see fractions as divisions. So, the next thing that we want to think about is, if I had something like, let's say 10x cubed, and I want to divide that by 2x. Okay? Now, the way I want to think about this is as a fraction, like so. And we're going to approach this in the same order that we've dealt with the multiplications. So we're going to deal with the coefficients first. 10 divided by 2, so that would be 5. Okay, so deal with 10 divided by 2 first. Then x cubed divided by x. Now for this, we're bringing in our index law, which said that if I had b to the x and I was dividing it by b to the y, then this is b to the x take away y. So the alternative way of writing that is b to the x over b to the y. So those two mean the same. So here we have x cubed over x to the 1. So here we just need to subtract the indices. 3 take away 1 is 2, so x squared. So 10x cubed divided by 2x is 5x squared. So what I want to do is I want to go through some examples of simplifying expressions that look like this.